We're now going to go over to the main hall to hear from our compares for this afternoon, Ryan Thompson and Louise Cameron.
Can I please have a huge welcome for the Right Honourable Alex Salmond, MSP, First Minister of Scotland.
Thanks very much, guys. And welcome everyone to this very special Young Voter Cabinet event in Glasgow. Now, my submission is that for young people in Scotland, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm proud of the fact that this government, this lot here, have ensured that 16 and 17-year-olds will get the vote for the first time in a national election or referendum in Scotland. So when people go into the polling station on the 18th September, for the first time in our history, they will take the future of this country into their hands and collectively make a decision. And I believe that we'll make a decision which will make this country a better, fairer place. Because at the end of the day, there is nobody at all, nobody on this earth who will take better decisions about running this country than the people who live and work in this country. So in the 18th of September, that will be the day of sovereignty, and I really hope and believe the answer will be yes. Thank you very much.
Now, earlier on, our film crew were out and about meeting some of the young people as they arrived at the SECC.
I think getting the chance to ask ministers questions and seeing what either a yes or a no vote is going to mean for Scotland and education in particular, I think that's really important to take back to students and sort of the community as a whole.
I'd like to gain some more clarity on what's happening with the independent referendum. A lot of us know that it's yes or no. We don't know what we're voting exactly for. We know we're voting for independence, but we don't know what's going to happen when we get the independence. So I'd like to get more clarity on that.
Just to hopefully ask the Cabinet some questions, what would happen post-yes vote, if it even happens. So for example, what would happen to higher education? Would the support still be the same? Would it improve? Would it get better? Like, what are some of the things that they would be able to do with those additional powers that they would receive through that yes vote if they get that?
I'm just hoping to learn some more about the referendum and the impact it's going to have on young people, and also what the Scottish Government are planning on doing in independent Scotland to support girls and women overseas, because I'm from Girl Guiding UK and I'm really interested in that sort of thing, about what girls' rights overseas. So,
well, I'm hoping to kind of shed some light on the situation and make up my mind before I vote this year. I have some pretty strong opinions already, but I'd just like to clear it up in my own mind as well.
We would like to invite the ministers to join all of you at your tables for us to start the table discussions.
We're European citizens. We're sitting around here as European citizens. There's no mechanism that can stop us being European citizens. That's never happened, right?
Obviously your position is that there should be a shared currency, and I don't think that it's an impossible thing to happen, but the question is, do you really want that to happen? Do you really want a country, a neighbouring country, and a competing country, I suppose, to set your interest rates, to set fiscal policy, when perhaps it would be better to have your own currency in Scotland?
I think what the crucial word that you used there, Lewis, was that it was a shared currency. I think that's the right way to think about it. That it's because when you talk about sharing a currency, it's an active decision that you've taken to do something that you recognise to be in the interests of Scotland in terms of the decision that you're making. And the decision on currency is very much something which is in the interests of Scotland, but it's also in the interests of the rest of the UK.
Young people who are autistic and that, it's quite difficult to get a job now. If we do go independent, if this does go ahead, will it be easier for us, or will it be more difficult for us to actually get a job?
Well, I like to think that I understand what some of the issues are and what some of the additional barriers. My youngest brother has Asperger's syndrome, so I know a wee bit about what that means in terms of your learning and in terms of the additional challenges in your journey throughout school and into the work. I suppose there are some good examples of things we've been able to do with the powers of devolution. So we have control over the education system and the skills system. So we've been funding things like Project Search, which is it's sort of supported work. In this case, it's actually been within the health service, where there's been young people on the autistic spectrum who've been working in medical records and things like that.